I just went to karate, but not enough people showed up because it's Christmas, so it was called off. And Sifu was gonna have his son hold pads for me, just so I could get a little bit of work in. But then he hurt himself right before he was able to do so. He's okay, but it was kind of a nasty scratch on his back. Today was pretty good. I think that I kind of made adjustments from yesterday, how I was saying that I really needed to fix my attitude because I owed it to Mutt, and I think that I did better today. And I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty tired. But ultimately, I think that the things that I'm working on are the kind of things that I will always be working on. Just, you never really solve things. You just kind of like have a full table of things that you're working on, and you just rearrange what's on that table, so that you have some things right in front of you, and then you kind of push them to the side because you did well on them, and then they always just cycle back around. So the things I'm working on are using my bare fist strikes to really get my hands on line, and those are feeling really, really good. And then today, Pawn, who I just took a private lesson from, that'll be on Nakoi Nation, but he's the elbow hunter. He was watching me clinching today, and I was throwing the elbow that he taught me, obviously not actually striking the person, but kind of like feinting it and then throwing the knee, and he got this it's like, yes, that's good. So I'm actually hoping to be able to take another lesson from him maybe a little bit down the line. He's really amazing, and just Kevin said that when he was watching it, when I was taking the lesson, he couldn't see what I was feeling, but viscerally what it feels like when he's coming after you is just like there's no hope. It's so scary, but it's really good. And I got to talk to Master K today, so that was really good. I'm bad. I haven't talked to him in a really, really long time, but it was great to hear his voice. And we talked about the elbow hunter a little bit. He really, really liked watching him back in the day, so that was cool. Master K is also an elbow fighter. He was known as Mr. Elbow, and so all of his shorts say like elbow KO on them, so it was kind of like a heavy thing for me to carry. I was supposed to be, knocking people out with elbows, and I have like one elbow knockout. I don't throw elbows really, but I'm working on that, so I will be throwing elbows eventually. But this morning was this interesting thing. I had just written something about how I don't see very many fighters with sakyan on their hands. And some people were countering me and listing people who do have sakyan on their hands, which is kind of cool. Like, a lot of old fighters do have sakyan. And one of them is Samat, who's like considered the best fighter of all time. Like, grown men in Thailand, when you say his name, they swoon. They really love him. But he's got him like on the side of his hands, which is where Adran P has some. And so I was looking through this magazine I have that has basically his whole life in the magazine to see how long he's had them, and sure enough, it's in some really old pictures. So I just like took a bunch of pictures of the pictures that I'll post up. But it was really cool to see these really old pictures of him with those yant that I never would have noticed, honestly. And in the back of the magazine, I'm really glad I kept it. It actually has his entire fight record. He has 143 fights, and like 23 of them are boxing fights. Like 21 of them are wins. He has 52% knockout rate and stuff like this. But it's pretty incredible to see this entire spreadsheet of 143 fights that have like the opponent, the weight, the date, the result, like all of these things. When you go to a fight here, sometimes they'll ask you to write down your statistics, is what they call it, and it's like your winning and losing, and like the last 5 fights that you had. And he's got it for 143 fights, which is incredible. So that's really cool. And I'm gonna go upstairs and make some food because I'm hungry. And so I'm just gonna do a little bit of training in the morning, and then I'll have the rest of the day off. I'm fighting on Sunday up in Chatransao, which I've been to before, but I've never fought. I don't think I've ever fought there. Maybe I fought there once before. It's at the temple. So that's exciting, and I'll talk to you guys about that later. And Merry Christmas. Yeah.